Welcome, everybody. You are here today for a very special event. We are here for the Monetize Your Ideas webinar. I'm your host, Allie Rittenhouse, and I always like to start my webinars out on camera so that I can say a personal hello to you and get to know you a little better with a short introduction before we get started while we're waiting for everybody to come on. So if you are here attending live right now, say hello in the chat box that is right below this video. It'll be a little bit of a delay here, as always, how it works. But we'll give you a second to arrive, log in, and say hello. I'm Allie Rittenhouse, online marketing business coach and launch strategist. So I've been in business for 11 years. You'll hear my story here in a minute, but you are here today for Monetize Your Ideas. Chances are that you have some type of idea that you've either been sitting on or you tried to launch and maybe it didn't go successfully, or you're just starting out your business and you know that you have great potential. So we're going to be talking about all of that stuff today. I'm going to help break it down for you, make it a little bit easier and manageable to go from light bulb moment to monetizing it, because being able to create multiple income streams in your business will help you grow and unlock a whole new potential that maybe you didn't even know existed. As I mentioned in one of the emails, I had no idea what my potential was in my business when I first started it. In fact, I was just starting it to get away from that $10 an hour because I seemed to be stuck in it with my past 3 jobs. And I knew that I had so much more potential. I went to college and studied website design and just knew that there had to be so much more that I could do with my business. I was getting a little ahead of my story, though. We'll save that for on air. But yeah, so welcome everybody. Again, if you are just joining, say hello. Okay, I hope that I say your name right. Do you pronounce the E at the end? Sorry, just came on. Elkie? Hello, hey. Let me refresh. But yeah, so if you are here, say hello. We are about to get started with the content, but I want to give everybody a chance to arrive and say, hey. So, yeah, I wanted to really share with you just how easy it is once you understand how it goes to go from that idea to monetizing it, because I want you to be able to create multiple income streams in your business. So let's go ahead and we're going to flip over to the slideshow. It's going to take me a second here, but I will come back on camera once we are done and take any questions that you have. So stay at the end because there is also a really special bonus that you are not going to want to miss. So, hi, Jamie. Thank you. It's very brand on, right? So yeah, this is actually done by a fellow woman entrepreneur that I met in my online business. So how awesome is that? And then I picked that up when I was in Paris with one of my clients. So they all have special meaning behind everything with my background. But you guys are in my office today, so welcome. Welcome if this is your first time seeing it. This was put together over probably a year, a long period of time before it all came together. I had the unicorn for the last 2 years and she's gotten moved a couple times. But yeah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the presentation. I will be back at the end, so stay tuned. All right, let me make sure if you can see the slideshow when I switch over, please comment to let me know, because I would hate to be talking and you guys not be able to see it. Entire screen. All right, so let's see if you guys can see the presentation now. If you can, please give me a yes in the comments. It looks like it. I just pulled it up on my phone. It looks like we are good to go. All right, as I mentioned, I am Allie Rittenhouse. I am an online business coach, a digital strategist, a launch strategist. I kind of do it all. You are here today to learn about how to monetize your ideas. And this is very important in online business. It's because it's how you are able to create multiple income streams for your business. And that just opens up so much opportunity when you learn how to do that. So today I'm going to be teaching you all about how easy it really is going to be once you understand it. So welcome. I am so thrilled to have you here today. It is my pleasure. I will promise to not be too talkative, even though I have a tendency to be. I will get straight to the point as much as possible to get you the information that you need to monetize your ideas. So if you are new to me, I am Allie Rittenhouse. My story actually might surprise you in how it starts out. So I was a high school dropout, a teen mother. I was fired from my job right before I started my business. And in the first year of starting my business, I got a divorce. So it's like as if the story couldn't get any worse. It did. But I have to be honest with you and say that this story is what has helped me get to where I am today. Had I not traveled through this journey, I would not be here. You know, being a high school dropout, I thought that I wasn't going to be able to really achieve a lot. I knew that I had a lot of potential, but you know, kind of gets you down. But my guy, he is in a couple of those pictures there, made me believe in myself a little bit more than I thought that I could, and got me to get my GED. From there, I went to our local community college and learned how to be a web designer, as I started to tell you when we first started this webinar. From there, you know, it was just job after job after job that was meaningless. There was not a moment that I really had the use of what I was going to college for. I mean, I would be able to create their little websites for the businesses that I was working for, but that's about it. So in my last job, I knew that I wanted to start my business and I was taking steps to do it. And one day my boss and I kind of got into it over whether I deserved commission for a sale that I had made. I had been working there for 9 months and was told that it was going to be, you know, really easy to make these sales, when in reality, it was a downtime in the job market. It was actually really difficult to make these employment. It might help if I told you that I was an executive recruiter, huh? I'm just getting a little ahead of myself there. But I was an executive recruiter. Job rate was just down. It was really hard to make placements. It took me 9 months to make one. And when I did, it had been 6 weeks since I had made that placement. And I had still not received the commission off of it. So I had approached my boss and asked him about it. And he was a man, and basically he told me that he didn't feel that I deserved it, that because he made the final call to the guy to check and see if they were going to hire him, that in fact he felt he made the placement and he deserved the commission. So I came home and my guy and I had this talk and we were like, okay, I know that I can do this business. What should I do? And he's like, you need to stand up for yourself. So I did. And the next day I went into the office and my boss called me in and said, so how do you feel? Do you feel like you still deserve this? And I was like, absolutely. I worked so hard to make this. And he was like, yeah, I don't agree with you. So let's go ahead and pack your desk up. We no longer need your services. So he, by the way, is just one of those typical men that doesn't really like a woman standing up to him. So guys, if you're on this, I am not a man-hating woman. It just has so happened that I worked for a man that hated strong-willed women. So that's where fire came in. And then within that first year of business, life was rocky. Money was tight, obviously. It just was what it was. And I went through a divorce. And so my daughter and I, who is also in that photo, moved in with my parents because I was only making $500 a month in my business. And that, obviously is not going to pay any bills. So we lived there for 9 months. I was able to go from $500 a month to an income that was able to support us. It was around $3,000. We live in Ohio, so it doesn't take a ton of money. Now, there really wasn't a whole lot of room for wiggle, but it got us out of my parents' house. And from there, I continued to build my business up and up and up. That was 11 years ago. Now, as you can see, my guy, why is he back in this picture? Well, if you read my story on my About page, him and I did get back together about almost 6 years ago. For 5 years, I ran my business as a single mom and worked really hard to get to where I am today. So being able to create multiple income streams was vital in being able to not support us, because I was able to do that with one income stream, and was able to allow for us to do so much more than just what my income stream as a service provider could do for us. You see, I was working around the clock. There wasn't much more time that I could work. I really wasn't spending a ton of time doing things for my own life. When she was with her dad, I was working and I needed that break. One of my clients, future coach, ended up kind of turning the table on me and showing that I had so much more potential. I already had this idea in my mind of a product that I wanted to create. I had all the tools that I needed to be able to do it, yet I sat on it. I sat on it. And it was like 2.5 years later that this client and I finally sat down and she helped me see. Side note, I almost was going to sell Mary Kay instead of creating this product. And she allowed for me to shine the mirror on myself to see that potential, that I didn't need another company, that I could create it within my own business, knowing what I already knew, being the expert that I already was. And so it was something that really changed the way that I did business. And that brings us to about year 11. So, there's a whole lot more story in there. But as I said, I want to try to keep this short for you guys so that you're not like, Allie. All right. So some of these pictures, my cute, adorable puppy. I love dogs. Me, my ex-husband, and our daughter. Happy family, back together again. There is me and my daughter in my office. I am on the Spark and Hustle stage. It was my very, very first, very large audience stage that I spoke on with Tori Johnson. You might see her on Good Morning America. And then you might recognize that gal, Marie Forleo. I went to Rich, Happy, and Hot, which is a really, you'll have to, that's another time. But my ex-husband was the ex-husband, recorded the video that got me to Marie Forleo's event. And we went on our first date right after I came back from New York. And then here is me at a lifestyle television show that I do on the regular. And I teach my clients how to do the very same. So that's a little bit about me. That's kind of 11 years squished into what, like 10 minutes. I apologize, but let's get into the information, shall we? All right, so I'm going to check comments real quick, and I need to take a drink because that was a lot. All right. Wow, Donna, that is crazy. And I am so sorry to hear that. Employment, some companies are fabulous and others just do not understand how to be good employers. So why not create your own business, right? Which, Donna, I know you did, right? All right, so let's get started. What if you already knew everything that you needed to be able to monetize your ideas? That is something that I didn't see within myself, and I want to help show you. So today, believe in yourself and know that you already know everything that you need to get started right now. Mindset is half of the battle, right? And what if you were already the expert in what you need to be able to teach your ideal customer? You don't have to be 500 steps ahead of your ideal customer. You just have to be a couple, sometimes only one. You don't have to feel like you need to have more training in this. If you have done it, if you have helped yourself see results and your clients see results, then what if you were already the expert to be able to take your ideas that you know can help your ideal customer and monetize it? So I'm going to break this word down for you so that you can maybe see that you already have everything that you need, okay? My street might get a little loud here in a second. I apologize. They're redoing it, and there's no schedule. So I'm sorry if that happens. All right. So, got your pen and paper ready? All right. Teach, the T. It's really just about truth telling. Knowing what you know is the absolute truth and what's going to help your ideal customer achieve what they need to. Being able to empathize with them and know where they are coming from in order to help them achieve their end result. By asking questions that will help them see what they need, you are helping them achieve and overcome maybe their fear or what they're struggling with. Being a good teacher is about listening to what your ideal customer has to say. Sometimes you have to ask the questions in order to get them to talk. Teaching is also about cheerleading, cheering them on. I used to be a cheerleader. You can see it in some of my copy. I still have that enthusiastic personality, right? You have to cheer your ideal customer on to be able to help them see where they can go, what they can do, and how awesome they can be. And in the end, you want to hope for the best result for them. You want to hold the highest amount of output and results for them. Sometimes they won't be able to see that for themselves. You are going to have to show them and hope for them so that they can see what's potential for them. And that is what teaching is about. So I'll give you a second to write that down. Teaching, creating your products, monetizing your ideas. It's really about truth telling, being empathetic, and being able to be there as their teacher, asking the questions to get them to talk in order to be able to listen, to help them, cheering them on, keeping them going, keeping them motivated to be able to achieve what you know that they can, to hope for the best result for them. So I'll give you 1 second to write that down. Well, I'll give you more than 1 second. I'll give you like 10, 15 seconds to write that down. And something that you should know, $1 million ideas are a dime a dozen. The determination to see the idea through is what's priceless. It's a great quote to get us started, because everybody has lots of ideas. Everybody, right? Especially if you're a creative entrepreneur, like I know you are, because you're on my list for that reason. We all have $1 million ideas every single day, but they'll never be that $1 million idea unless you have the determination to be able to see that idea all the way through. Writing it down on a piece of paper is not going to monetize it. So you do need to take it from idea to monetization in order to make it actually work. I know that sounds so simple, but really, 2.5 years, I sat on a 6-figure idea. Keep that in mind as you're listening today. So how do you get started? What do you need to do? How do you go from all of those ideas floating around in your head to being able to monetize one of them, one at a time? Because you can't bring them all to life at once. You have to focus on one. And once you get one done, and you sell it well, let me add that in there, and you sell it well, then you can maybe look at creating another one. But you have to get one from idea to monetizing it. So to get started, you need to narrow down your ideas. First thing you need to do is write them down. Get them out of your head and onto paper. Being able to visualize something is so much more powerful than having it stuck in your mind, right? And that just takes up space, and that keeps you from working in the present. So get it out of your mind. I went to our local Home Depot, or no, Lowe's. It was our Lowe's, and bought a piece of, I'm going to do a blog on it, and I can't think of the name, but it's basically a dry erase panel that is 8 by 14 in size, 8 feet by 14 in size, and bought trim and framed it in. And I now have this massive whiteboard hanging on my wall that I can take my ideas and get them out of my head and visualize them in different colors and be able to organize them. But you've got to get it out of your head first. So write it down. Then from there, look at what is your strongest ideas. I'll give you a second to get some of them out of your head and down on paper. Once you've got a couple down on paper, we're going to look at what is the strongest idea, maybe what you are most passionate about, what ideas could lead to more sales, do either maybe like a 2, a 3, a 4 next to them, or circle, underline, write strongest, most passionate, whatever you need to do. Now that you have them out of your head and you've noted maybe what is the strongest idea you have, which one you're most passionate about, and which one could potentially lead to more sales. Maybe some of them fall under all 3 of those categories. That's awesome. Because from there, do you know what the best way to get started from one of those ideas is? To simply pick one and do it. And you might be thinking, but there has to be some scientific solution and I might need more of a formula. No, you need to get started. You've been sitting on this idea. It's been in your head. You've now got it out of your head. You need to pick which one that you know, starting with right now, you would be able to take from idea to monetizing it and see it all the way through. But you might be saying, how do I know if my potential client wants to buy it or not? Well, the first thing that you need to do is you need to stop making assumptions of what your client wants to buy. In this day and age, it's easy to find out versus 50 years ago or 60 years ago when it was the Mad Men marketing and advertising age, right? You can survey your list, your past customers. People in Facebook groups will be 100% willing to help you out. So you can also use social media, your followings, all of these different areas that are available, ready at your feet, okay? So if you're wondering, how do you know if your potential customer wants to buy, you've got these ways. Maybe you have stood in their shoes before because you were that person. Or maybe you could do beta testing. All of these are different ways to find out if your potential customer wants to buy the idea that you just picked. There is no reason that you have to be stuck in this idea and wondering. You have the means of finding out if they want to purchase it or not. If it's going to be a hit or not. I'm a firm believer. I love beta testing because you know what beta testing does? Not only does it give you the opportunity to work with your ideal customer, but you also might potentially be charging them so you can be making money. And you are hands-on working with them, hearing from them if it's working, what results they are receiving, what questions they have. Maybe you need to make a change in course. By doing beta testing, it's teaching you all of that about your new product that you are working on creating. So all of these are great ways to know if your potential customer wants to buy your product or not. Once you have the answer, you need to create it before they know they need it. So if you go through beta testing, you need to step on it. Do not sit on the idea. Do not wait for them to be on your list for 6 months and then decide they need it. You need to target them before they realize that they have that need so that you get them taking action. Sometimes when people have known that they have this need for a very long period of time, they are not necessarily as actionable in taking action, actionable and taking action. And they aren't necessarily going to be listening to what you have to say. So they may not get the best results, but those that don't even know that they need it, once they find out that they need it and that it could really change their life or their course of creation or whatever, then they are going to jump on it. So there's some things that you need to know before you can create a product that your ideal customer needs before they know that they need it. So in order to get started, you must know who they are. You can do this by surveying, by looking at your past customers, by paying attention to people and the route that they take when they come into your website. I know that a very specific income stream that I have is my experience program. Those people that come in there come in from Google. They don't get on my email list. They go straight from Google to my work with page, to my experience program, to scheduling a call with me. I know exactly who they are. They are ready to hire a business coach. They are looking for my program. It is the solution to what they need, and I have figured out their course of action. So from that, I also know what they buy. I've paid attention to, like, I've asked, I've saw, and I've watched the process that they've went through. And this also helped me figure out why they are buying it. I listen when they talk. And it is giving me the information that I need of why others might be joining my experience program. So this is helping me stay above the curve. And this is a $10,000 program. So you can imagine that's a big investment to go straight from Google to hiring in the matter of sometimes just a couple of days. So, but because I know this information, I know the process, I am able to target them to know exactly what they need and to know when they buy it and how they buy it. This information didn't come overnight though. This came over about 18 months of doing consults and having them hire me and going through that process. So I'm not saying that you're going to figure it out overnight or by the end of this webinar, but you have to at least have that understanding of where all they are coming from. The more that you launch something, the more that you continue to produce something over and over again, making it better, the better that you get at doing it, the more lucrative it becomes. Sometimes people get all up in their head, they launch something, they don't see the results that they were looking for, and they give up, and that is the worst thing that you can do. You need to pick the pieces up, figure out how you can make it better, and continue launching it. I ran my beta or my experience program through a beta launch the first time in order to be sure that what I was putting together was going to work for people, was needed, and it was a huge success. I did also charge for beta. Now, it was a significantly less cost as to what I was selling it for later, but I needed that information in order to better understand people. So for those of you that might be on this webinar right now that maybe did launch something once and you were considering giving it up, or you did give it up, right now, the thing that you need to understand is that you need to turn your failures into your next success. As you can see from my story, being a high school dropout, a teen mother to a beautiful 16-year-old, getting fired and getting divorced did not stop me from knowing what my potential truly was. I had to keep pushing through lots of weeds and hills and valleys and trudged through some swamps. But I turned my failures into my next success, and I want you to do the exact same. Trust me, I know how to launch, and I have had some launches not go as well as others. I had a program that was very lucrative, and I decided that I needed to also, it was for virtual assistants, and I wanted to offer it for entrepreneurs with a very similar name. The problem is that the entrepreneurs did not want to be geeks. And that right there made the product not launch well. So I have had, and there's story after story that I will share with you in Leverage the Launch, but I have been there. I have had some launches not go as successfully as I thought, but it didn't stop me. And in fact, I continued to launch it again and again, tweaking it each time until I figured out the right formula to make it successful. And that's exactly what we will do for you. So turn your failures into your next your next success. And you can do this by creating your own luck. So if I sat around and thought, I'm just a high school dropout, anybody else have the Grease song now playing in your head? High school dropout. So I could have sat around and I could have thought, I'm just this high school dropout. I'm never going to be able to create a successful business. I'm never going to be able to do anything, blah, 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 blah. I would not have created a business 11 years ago that brought me to where I am today. I knew that there had to be something more, and I did whatever it took to create my own success by creating my own luck. I have a vision board. I bring those visions to life. Sometimes it doesn't happen right away, but I make sure to focus on it. I do meditation. I focus on visualizing what I want in life so that I can make it happen and manifest. Not like I just sit around and think about it and it manifests. I manifest what I want to create in my business, and then I go after it and do it and make it happen. I do the work in order to be the success that I want to create. And everybody's success looks differently. But I want you to step into the failures lab and open your arms successfully, because we all have to do it. So that picture with Marie Forleo, Marie is huge. Everybody knows her now, but she didn't always come from that. And in fact, if you go to the waybackmachine.org and go to marieforleo.com, I think it was probably about 12 years ago, because one of my first clients was in a mastermind with her. So somewhere over, probably about 12 years ago. And look at her website and see where she came. We all start someplace. We all have failures. And I want you to understand that failing fast and failing often doesn't mean that you should give up. Your final failure happens when you stop trying, when you give up on that idea, when you walk away from it. Most of the, of the most successful people have failed. In fact, this quote from Michael Jackson is a fave that I want to share with you. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Sit on that for a second. Imagine that your failures mean nothing. It doesn't determine what's going to happen tomorrow or a year from now or 10 years from now. What determines that are your actions that you take after that failure. The first time that he was trusted to take the game-winning shot, he could have said, guys, never give me that shot again. I effed up and I never want to try again. But think about like the opportunities of how many times he has probably hit the shots, right? I don't know those stats at the moment, but we know that Michael Jordan was wildly successful in his career. Now I'm probably going to have to replace it with a Steph Curry quote, but you get the idea. We all fail and it's okay. So for anybody that's on this webinar right now that has launched something and didn't feel that they had a huge success from it, it's okay. We've all been there. We all have done it. And we're all probably going to do it again at some point in time. It's okay. So let's get started on ways that you can monetize your ideas, right? So the first thing that you can do is build it and sell it. If you have a product that you can create something with, that you can build it up. So maybe it's multiple products. Maybe it's a physical product and some information products put together. Build it and sell it. Monetize it. Make it happen. The way that I started out my business was doing services. You can do it through services, consulting, or coaching. Any of these ideas can be monetized into the following, if I missed that. My program, The Experience, that I talk about, it takes multiple of these things and puts them together in order to monetize it, okay? So taking your idea of maybe it's helping an ideal customer that is struggling with their wardrobe, or struggling with their health, or struggling with their weight, or struggling with whatever. You can sell a service, a consulting option, or even coaching. You can sell speaking. I know lots of people, and in fact, you'll see a testimonial from somebody that does also help you learn how to make money from speaking. So you can monetize an idea that you have, turn it into a paid speaking gig. There are so many different ways. You don't have to feel pigeonholed or rabbit holed into one idea. I want you to see the possibilities of ideas and converting your ideas into monetization. Information products are a great way to take an idea and monetize it. But I don't recommend that you do that unless you have a proven system that you have helped people get results from. The best way to do that is starting with services, consulting, or coaching. That's what I help my clients do one-on-one. So information products are a great way of taking one-on-one work that you've done and converting it into a product. If you've helped people get results in other ways from one-on-one work in the past and now want to turn it into an information product, that is a great way to do it. You've taken the idea, you worked with people one-on-one to help them get results, and now you're ready to take it and create an information product. Product sales that are actually hard, physical products, not just information products. So maybe it's that you created a worksheet that you want to sell as a physical product. I know people that have created PDFs that they get printed and they sell as hard copies. Maybe it's that you make products that you want to sell. You had an idea of how to make something better and now you want to sell it. So that could be falling under product sales. Another way to make money is affiliate marketing. This is a two-way street. You can be selling other people's products, information products, services, or whatever, or you can have other people selling your products, information, or services and coaching. So affiliate marketing is a two-way road of how you can make money in your business. Having advertising, banners, paid posts, direct ads throughout your website or other people's websites is another two-way road that you can bring money into your business. You can use advertising on other people's websites to bring attention to your information or products to increase your sales, or vice versa. And a popular way is creating membership programs. They are a lot of work to maintain, especially when you are first starting out. So I usually recommend that that membership programs do not happen until you have a large audience that you can sell to, in order to create a large audience that when you open enrollment, they come in so that it makes it worth your while. One of my clients had a 6-figure a month business with a very obvious lucrative income coming in, and she created a membership program that did not end up working out 10 years ago because people weren't ready for it yet. She now has it as a very lucrative membership program. So as you can see, sometimes a failure does not always mean it's the final demise of it. She needed to wait until her list grew more and people were more prepped and ready for it before they were able to understand the value of having that membership program that she was offering. Now, as I promised you, I said that I was going to tell you that you could sell anything. Now, yes, you can sell anything, but it can't be crap. You can't necessarily, I mean, you can, because 2 of these examples that I'm going to show you have some really great marketing that you will be so surprised that there is a product associated with them. However, you can sell anything. In fact, here are 2 examples of anything that you can sell. So ship your enemies glitter is a classic, right? Who wouldn't like to ship somebody a glitter bomb? Raise your hand. Say yes in the comments if you're still watching. I know that I have a few that I would like to ship out. So this is a very lucrative business. You might not believe that would be, but it has some great marketing. One that I don't have on here is a guy makes $10,000 a month writing messages on potatoes. He had some awesome publicity. It went viral. He is now a success. Ship Snow Yo was a huge success. Think of all of the people that do not have snow where they're located at. This website promises that you will get snow shipped to wherever you are. And enough for a snowball fight. Even if you don't believe it, you could try it. It's kind of expensive. You probably can't get it right now. But that guy created it from Boston when they had a ton of snow. And what do you do with it? You can't get rid of it, right? So he created a website. Now, saying that you can sell anything, it still needs to be of value. People still need to get it. Sometimes when you launch your product, they're not going to get it. You need to be able to believe in it as well. This guy did not put up his website, Ship Snow Yo, thinking that he wasn't going to sell any. He knew it was going to be a huge success. He was very confident. He had a good mindset, I'm sure, in knowing what he could do with it. So you have to make sure that you do as well. Now let's talk about some tools on how to monetize your ideas. Obviously, what I just showed you, a website is very important, very, very important. So to monetize your idea, you've got to have some type of website. It doesn't even have to be a full-on website. It could be an opt-in page, as I will tell you later. You need to have the ability of gathering email addresses. You need to be able to build a list of interested potential buyers so that you can market to them and sell to them in order to convert them over. You must have some way of taking payments. I recommend PayPal or Stripe. Either one of them is free until you receive payment. Then they take around 3%. So it's not too much. It's all part of doing business and you can write it off on your taxes. You need to have some type of design for the page. So when we talk about your website, there has to be some type of tool or theme that you are using in order to make it beautiful. 2 tools that are very easy. to get started right now, to get an opt-in page up, to get a sales page up really quickly without having to have a lot of techie expertise, are Lead Pages and Optimize Press. I'm also going to throw on there ClickFunnels. That is not on there. ClickFunnels is what I use. Lead Pages and Optimize Press, I also very highly recommend. I use Optimize Press for more of my membership programs. Lead Pages I replaced with ClickFunnels, but it's whatever you want. So Lead Pages, Optimize Press, or ClickFunnels, you choose. They are all great options. It also helps to be able to have Facebook ads that you allocate some money to in order to add people onto that opt-in of your website so that they get into your email marketing system so that you can promote to them, to sell to them, to get them to being a paid customer. What also works well paired with Facebook ads is video marketing. Sometimes anywhere from 0.01 to 0.03 is what I am getting for video views with Facebook ads. That's cents. So 1 cent to 3 cent views is phenomenal. When they are paired together, they work really, really well. So those are the ways that you can take it from idea to then monetizing it, what steps you need to have in order to make it happen. Basically, you need to have a type of product that you're going to offer. With the product, your free offer should describe or help them on something that goes right along with your paid offer. So when I say product, I'm kind of talking about that as a whole. You need to have a platform that you are able to gather that information, sell them with your payment button, and then be able to deliver afterwards. So that's what we're talking about with platform. You need to have a plan of action of how it's all going to go with your product, with your sales, with the whole idea and the promotion of what it is you are taking from idea to monetizing it. It doesn't have to be complicated. I'm actually going to be doing another webinar where I show you exactly what is behind a 6-figure launch. So stay tuned to that. That will be later this week. But right now, there are 4 pieces of that puzzle: the product, the platform, the plan, and the promotion. And really the 4 pieces of making it happen: you have the opt-in page or your website. You have the call to action, which is either them signing up for a consult with you or purchasing your program or whatever it is after they opt in. You have the offering, like if they get on the phone with you, then what it is that you are offering them, that you are selling. And then once they sign up, you need to make sure that you over deliver. That's it. It's really basic. You don't have to overcomplicate it. When you are giving your ideal customer exactly what they want, it's going to be really easy to over deliver because you know what they need and you're producing that to them and you are wowing them in the process. So you don't have to get in your head and think that it is impossible. From here, your challenge. I want you to first survey your past clients, survey your list, maybe even surveying Facebook groups. You need to find out what your ideal customer wants. From that idea that you picked at the beginning of the webinar to now, I want you to survey to find out if it is needed. From there, once you know, then you create it, you make it happen, you bring it to life. Then you spread the word about it and collect success stories. So taking that idea, finding out if they need it, creating it, bringing it to life, spreading word about it so that people can sign up, because if nobody knows about it, they can't buy it. And then collecting success stories because you over delivered. 4 steps. I know that you I know that you can do this. I know that you can take your idea and monetize it and be successful at it and see the results that you want to see. I know that you can. Now, how would you like a 3-hour launch strategy session with me? Plus a launch audit review and 5 written Facebook ads. Doesn't that sound great? Taking your idea, monetizing it has never been so easy with these 3 items. And I'm going to tell you how you have the opportunity to get all 3 of them together, which has not been offered at all throughout this entire launch. You could get one or the other, but you could not get all 3. And you could get a 2-hour, but you couldn't get a 3-hour. But because you are on this webinar today and you are listening, you are going to get the opportunity to get all 3 of them so that I can ensure to help you be successful in your launch. All right, so imagine what it would be, what it would feel like to know exactly how to launch your brilliant ideas every time you got them. Imagine what it would be like to know that you are already the expert at what you know. And all you need to do is figure out your launch process that works the best for you and your ideal customer in order to launch your brilliant ideas. And once you understand how to do it once, you rinse and repeat to do it again. Introducing Leverage the Launch for Lucrative Results. I have worked on over 100 different launches over the years. I know what it takes in order to create successful launches, and I want to show you exactly how to do it. You can go to, don't close out of the screen right now though, just wait a second. It'll be there after the webinar's over with. LeverageTheLaunch.com to find out more, but just sit tight. And there might be a button right about shortly that is showing up that you can click on as well that will take you there. But don't lose your place, because this program is for you if, I don't know what just happened, but oh, talk about the anticipation of that. How funny is that? There we go. I'm not sure what happened there, and I'm not even sure what those screens were that popped up. That's a little scary. Oh no. All right, so gotta love tech, right? This is a specialized program made specifically for entrepreneurs who want to create a new service or program that helps your ideal customer out. So it doesn't even have to be a product. It can be a service, a consulting program, a coaching program, a group program, a one-on-one program. When I launched my experience program, it is a one-on-one program, and we did a launch with it after we did beta. You can do whatever you want to do. But the way to create lucrative results is to learn how to launch. Anytime anybody does something new, you want to create a launch with it. Think about it. If there's a new Hollywood movie coming into theaters, the author or the actors are going on press junkets. They're going around and talking about this new movie getting people into the theaters to go see it. Anytime an author has a new book that is a best-selling author, they're going around to the morning shows. They're going around doing local publicity. They're going to bookstores and doing signings, getting people to buy their book. That is launching. So any idea that you have, you need to understand how to launch in order to make it lucrative for your business. If you were to write a book and then not do anything with it to promote it, nobody's going to know about it to be able to buy it. Understanding how to launch will help you be able to create a lucrative result from that book launch. That is how people are making it happen. And here's what this program will do for you if you are interested in Leverage the Launch. It will unlock your publicity potential. And I laugh because that wasn't supposed to be delayed like that, but I guess we're just really going on the anticipation today, right? So unlock your publicity potential. What does that mean? Well, people have to find out about you and have to know about you in order to get on your list. So we are going to talk about different ways to get interviews for you, different ways to get you guest posting, different ways to get you out there so that people know who you are in order to buy your product from you. So this program will help you get results by helping you put yourself out there, by helping you be seen by larger audiences to help those audiences get on your email list. We want to help you create potential leads that convert into paying customers, because the more leads that you have, the better your launch can be. It's hard to sell 100 spots in a program if you only have 100 people on your list. It's not going to happen. You need to be able to have lots of people coming into your lead and into your funnel from different audiences during your launch in order to convert the potential leads into paying customers. I want to teach you how to create funnels that will help you make money while you sleep. And this is not something that takes a whole lot of difference from creating a normal launch. Once you create a launch that you know works, gets results, we're going to teach you how to create evergreen launches where people can sign up whenever and you can make money while you sleep when it's unexpected. Anytime, okay? You will learn how to do that. But this isn't just another program. This is a coaching and learning experience like no other. Not only am I going to be teaching you live during workshops where you get the work done instead of having to watch long videos that then you have to go do the work, we're going to do it together. Then you're going to share it so that I can critique it, so that I can help you. You're also going to get a virtual retreat where we make sure that you create everything that you need during the pre-launch phase. So when it comes time for your launch, everything is set up. Everything is done. And then I'm going to also show you what to do once your launch is done in order to recycle that program to make it evergreen, to over deliver, to continue getting people through your program. Imagine your potential impact with the information of being able to launch your ideas. Imagine having an idea because you heard it from your ideal customer on the phone and you didn't have a program that you were able to create. But because you know how to launch, you were able to listen and act on what they need in order to create a program that is successful for other ideal customers. Imagine the next time that you get an idea for a new book that you want to publish on Amazon, being able to know how to launch it successfully so that people buy it and that you get to #1 on Amazon's bestseller list. Imagine the impact that you could have. Now, I don't want you to take it from me. I want you to also hear it from some of my customers that have worked with me on their launches and the results that they have seen. Jenna went through a launch and thought that it was going to be a successful 6-figure launch, and it wasn't. So she came to me and hired me to help her create a strategy for a successful launch, and she made back 113%. You can actually watch her video on the Leverage the Launch page. She had incredible results because she took the strategy that we created for her business and was able to then implement every step that we created and bring in more than all of the money that she had made in the entire year before. And she continues to create multiple six figures in her business from here on out. If you know Jenna, if you're in her successful group on Facebook, you know how awesome she's doing right now. And it all started with a launch. And she is now able to continuously reproduce and rinse and repeat and take those ideas and bring them to life. Tanya was another successful client that I worked with a very long period of time. She was able to create six figures year after year and continues to create multiple six figures in her business based off of knowing how to launch her ideas, how to take an idea and monetize it. Not only does she create information products and masterminds, but she's taken women on retreats internationally. That's where I got my Eiffel Tower from. So imagine what your potential is. Chantel is the person that I was telling you teaches people how to make money speaking. We were able to help her unlock what she needed to be able to reach her six-figure goal. She had launched successfully before, but she really just wanted to be able to hit that level. And that's what we were able to help her do based off of teaching her how to leverage the launch, how to take her ideas and truly be able to monetize it. And these are just some of the success stories that people have had in working with me. And you can have this same result as Jennifer Kem. She is well on her way to almost being a seven-figure business every year. Once you understand what launching means, it unlocks all of your potential. Seriously. You can create idea after idea. You can take these ideas and learn what is going to be the best. I have 14 income streams. I'm not selling them all at the same time, but I have them. I see results from them. I launch them at specific periods of time based off of when my ideal clients and customers need them. So let me ask you this question. I want you to consider this. If not now, when are you going to do it? As I mentioned, I sat on a six-figure idea for over 2.5 years. Imagine how much it would have changed my daughter and my lifestyle had I created that 2.5 years earlier. There was a need for it then. And it was still revolutionary when I launched it. But I could have created so much more success in my business had I launched it and not sat on it for 2.5 years. So if I've been talking to you today and you're like energized about wanting to learn how to create ideas and monetize them and create more success in your business, Leverage the Launch is for you. This training, this program, it is for you if you've got a brilliant idea that will change your ideal client's life. If you've launched once and it didn't go well, if you feel overwhelmed with creating products or services that sell, if you're really not sure what to do next, if you want to create multiple income streams of income in your business, if you want to create six figures, if you want to grow your online presence and following and learn how to list build to continuously bring people into your funnel in order to make money while you sleep, this training is for you. If you would like to create a bigger impact in the world than you currently are right now, Leverage the Launch is for you. But this training might not, and if you're ready to make shit happen, this training is most definitely for you. but it might not be for you if you're not ready to do the work and to make it happen. Signing up for a program in hopes of not having to do work isn't going to work. You have to learn how to leverage the launch in order to create the success. But this isn't just about watching videos. This is about being interactive. This is about getting feedback, and this is about getting what you need in order to create success. I do not want you signing up for this program if you sign up for courses and do nothing with them. I want you to be an asset to this program. I want everyone to know what it is that you have to offer, because all of us as a whole are going to help market and promote your business as well. We're all in this together. This isn't just about signing up and not doing anything with it. This is about learning how to create the success that you want in your business and doing it in an interactive environment where people are cheering you on, teaching you what you need, empathizing with who and where you've been. I'm going to ask you what you need in order to give it to you. I'm going to cheer you on the whole time, and I'm going to hope for the absolute best in your next launch that we are going to do together this fall. So let's talk a little bit more about what you will receive when you sign up for Leverage the Launch. It's not just a program. We're doing interactive masterclass trainings with Q&A weekly. We're doing virtual launch retreats where I'm going to work with you to create your videos, to create the content, to create your pages. We're putting it all together. You're also going to get access for life to all of the videos, all the swipe files, all the information templates that you need in order to continuing rinse and repeating this cycle each time you want to bring an idea to monetization. You're also, every person that signs up is going to receive 2 30-minute sessions one-on-one with me where we work on your launch. We hit the barriers that you might be having. We overcome what you are struggling with. You're going to have ongoing support forever so that you have what you need in order to continue creating multiple income streams in your business. I don't want you to feel frozen in your tracks. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to know that you can do this each and every time. And then, of course, you are also going to receive access to the Success Academy, where it is a library of everything else that you could ever need in order to create a successful online business outside of launching. Your investment is $995 one-time payment, or you can do 8 monthly payments of $150. I wanted to make it reachable and not something that felt like you had to invest all of this money to get started before you even make money in your business. That's not what it's about for me. I want you to be empowered to see that your potential is right there. You will be able to make back that $1,000 with a couple of sales from what we create and Leverage the Launch. So I wanted to be able to make it achievable and affordable for you. But that's not it, because I told you I had a bonus for you that nobody else is getting. Only you, because you're on this webinar right now. I promise you will not see this package together on social media unless I'm using it as a retarget ad because you watched this webinar. Only you are hearing this right now, and only you will receive this. Not only am I anybody that signs up in the next 24 hours from right now while the recording is live, not only are you going to receive a bonus hour, because all that was offered before was a 2-hour launch strategy session. Now you are going to receive a 3-hour launch strategy session, which is almost a VIP day. But you're also going to receive a launch audit review. I'm going to look at your information and give you feedback on your emails, on your sales page, on what you create for your launch so that you can feel confident in what you are putting out there. But you're also going to receive 5 written Facebook ads specifically for your launch. All of that today as a whole bonus is because you have watched this webinar. If you go look at the sales page, it shows them individually. How am I going to know? Because you're going to sign up in the next 24 hours. That's how I'm going to know. So for anybody that signs up in the next 24 hours with the webinar is going to receive all 3 of these bonuses together. Go to leveragethelaunch.com right now to get it. When you get your confirmation that says you are in, you are going to reply and you're going to let me know that you were on this webinar and you get all 3 bonuses. Otherwise, you'll get the email that says to pick one. So you must follow those instructions. I hope you're listening. I hope you wrote those down. You have to let me know that you were here listening and you get all 3 of these bonuses. But it's only good for the next 24 hours. 3-hour launch strategy session is almost as much as a VIP day, which is $1,500. So I would hop on this right now. Do not wait. On top of that, you're also getting a launch audit review and 5 written Facebook ads custom to your launch. That is huge and will never, ever happen again. So let's make it happen together. I want to help you be successful in your launch. I want to help be a support to you so that you know that you can achieve your idea to monetization so that you don't feel alone. Follow your dreams. They know the way. And that is the end of the webinar. Okay, so I'm going to switch back over on camera now. Okay, we're back. And my embed chat, let's see if we have any questions. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to watch today. It was a little longer than I had anticipated. Oh, great question. So Donna had the question of whether there is a formula in running a beta test program. So it's really with a beta test, what you are doing is you have the idea of what you think the product should be. And so you want to map it out just as if you were going to launch it normally, right? Like what you think is going to be the best use of that product. From there, as you're working on the product, going through the beta test, you're letting them know, when they sign up, you let them know that this is beta and you need as much feedback as possible. If you want to charge for it, I highly recommend adding in some type of one-on-one help or some type of group help. And that allows for you to really get the feedback and not just rely on having to create all of this content before you know it's going to work. So you can do it live, you could do it one-on-one. You could do it as a group where you're creating the content each week. It's really just about what you feel comfortable doing, and what your like end result is. So I guess no, there's no formula. Everybody's could look differently. But what you want to at least start with is whatever your idea is taking it and like putting it in that full start to finish product. You don't want to just like half create the product. You want to fully put every idea into it that you think they're going to need to go from start to finish. I hope that makes sense. So like when I first created my first program, I thought about, okay, from start, they have to start here. And to get them to really being successful in the technology part of it, they'll stop here. I had another idea for another product that could have fit onto this one and extended it out further, or it could have been a standalone. I chose to start with the smaller one first to help them get results. And then I upsold them on the next product as another beta in order to see if that one worked. And now they're two standalone products. Does that make sense? And I know there's a delay too, which always makes it fun. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. I will be trolling the area and answering them. This has been Ali Rittenhouse. I really hope that you enjoyed this webinar. I hope that you found the information informative. Now, the only thing that I encourage you is that you must take action on it, because you can't take an idea and monetize it without taking any type of action. So I highly recommend that whatever it is that your idea is, you start right now putting it into beta mode. Go, Donna, go. Put it into beta mode. Test it out and try, because if you don't do that, you don't know if it's going to work or not. I hope that you will join me and leverage the launch so that I can truly help you bring it together. I will be offering another webinar later on this week that goes behind the scenes of a six-figure launch and everything that was included in it, so that you can see what it's all about. Now, I will tell you the 24-hour bonus that you're receiving right now will not be offered on that webinar. So if you're interested in it, act fast. You've got 24 hours. It's not going to happen again. And it is here to help you be successful in your next launch, because I want you to unlock your potential so that you can see what is possible for your business. Had somebody not shown me, we may not be here today. So let's show you what is possible in your business. I thank you so much for taking the time to watch today, to stay till the end, to tuning in, and to getting everything that you needed in order to take your idea and monetize it. This has been Ali Rittenhouse, and I look forward to working with you in Leverage the Launch. Here is to you and your success. I need to go rest my voice now because it's going away really, really quickly. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks again for watching. I don't know what to say. I keep talking. All right, I'm leaving. Bye. See ya. Adios, muchachos. Have a great day. Thanks for watching again.